Ladies and gentlemen, the book Nook, and I'm at the point where I really need to put it all together. And when I say it together, basically enclose it. But I wanted to show, before I enclose it, show what I've done. And it's also been 2 or 3 days. I haven't really touched it. Number one, my 11-year-old water heater decided to bust out on the bottom, and I had to go get a new one. Went with a tankless one this time, so that was a chore, and that took priority over a lot of stuff. And then, while I was doing my infamous Halloween special in the shed, I broke my lapel mic, and hopefully I got a better cord, and hopefully it works out good. And I couldn't believe it just came right out. Got my money's worth out of that, so there is that. So, the book Nook. And one thing I had to do is I needed to get the inside in the box and then wrap the new cosmic backdrop around the sides. And it's actually, and I glued it in. I used a little bit of just super glue to tack it down, and it's wrapped all the way around. I think it fits really well. I did have to trim it just enough to get the lights on. If I can get the lights to work, something like that. And then once it gets a little more darker, you know, it should should look pretty darn slick in there. One thing, I want to be honest here. I don't know why, but it don't sit flush. And I don't know if that was me for gluing the steps on backwards and redoing it. So I had to add a little bit of a shim underneath to get it to sit level. I don't know why. Always something when I build something. There's a little back brace that's supposed to fit in here. I actually got the walls glued up into the on the side, so I had to modify that to get the battery case in there that fits. And I got to go down just a little bit. We're still test fitting, and then once I get everything lined up, I'll get everything glued down and we'll put the top on and all that. So that was the second part of what I've done. Second part, I went in and painted. And for the base coat, I like to use, and it's hard to find. I mean, you can find it. Tamiya RLM Gray. That is what I like to use for stone. I think it looks realistic to me. The only other color I have found that in is in the Model Air, which I don't have one. Vallejo's Model Air. And again, that one's hard to find, but I'd like to have it. But anyway, I don't use it that much to worry about it. I just think it looks like a really good stone color. I went in with the airbrush and shaded the steps. And then I used to have a bunch of apple barrel paints. You know, we all have these. And I had so many, one time I had to basically get rid of quite a few because just taking up space and all that. And I really wasn't using them. But I've actually been going back to the apple barrel for some reason. For dry brushing and a few other things. Dry brush the front here and on the inside, and I also added some filter washes. And filter washes is just watered down paint, and just put it in places just to give for example, you might be able to see it, might not, like on the sidewall. You see where it's kind of streaking down. Where am I at? And it's a very subtle effect for the wash. And I'm getting more and more, I like to airbrush these washes. They're already pre-thinned. Put them in the airbrush, and airbrush, I did a lot of shading with it. It gives it, I think, I won't say a lighter shadow effect. But I did get that, so we are ready to, basically I'm ready to rock and roll and get the other side on and get the top on, which I may, when you get the top on, I may add something on here, and I'm going to skin the sides because I don't like the, I want to hide a few things, and plus I want like a knight's emblem I'm going to shield, you know, on the sides, my game plan. But that is where I am on the book nook, or the inside. So I'm getting ready to start painting if we don't have any other household chores to do, things like that. For the night, I sprayed her all black, and then I sprayed her with metallic aluminum. Let that sit for a couple days, because it gives a nice shine for the armor. And then with the way I paint, armor-wise, I like to put a little black wash on it. I think it brings it out. Now I paint miniatures differently than everyone else. You know, sometimes there's a set way to do things, and people will show you. I kind of do a combo of everything. Easier on me. I think it looks realistic. Plus, I like to preach style. My style of painting versus, you know, I guess what you're supposed to do, or along that lines. And for paint, you can either buy a set if you want. This is Ammo Mig's basically paint a face, paint a figure base coat. And I actually had to buy all the bottles separately. I couldn't buy the set because I wanted the, you know, little instruction sheet that shows you what to put down. I mean, you can go look it up online. It'll show you, you know, put the burnt sand down first, and then put, you know, highlights and all that. But anyway, there is that. And then I've kind of simplified it in a way. Vallejo's got basically 3 Caucasian flesh tones, and you can do that. You know, eliminates, there's 3 bottles compared to 6, which the 6th one has the reds, the dark browns, and all that. But anyway, that is where I am on the figure, so hopefully I can start painting that. But I want to get the I'd like to get the box put together, because, and I probably should have done it a little differently, is I want to add some I want to say sand, some little debris and everything, because we want a, you know, more realistic box. So I want to put all that in there. Plus I need to get it assembled so I can add and decide what I want to put in, and, you know, see what else I can do to it. But anyway, that's what I got going on today, ladies and gentlemen. The book nook inside is taking shape, and hopefully we're getting ready to start painting the female knight. So that's what I got going on today. Stay tuned for the next exciting episode.